One, two, three. Have to count to four, to five, to six. We in. It's your boy RZ. Do it to life, for life. Do it to you. Do it to 2021. A whole year of mental breast cancer awareness and personal growth. Guess what? Day 142. We in the house. The day is Tuesday. It's been raining all day today. Took off today, said I was gonna spend that time with my wife, with my family, which I done. I definitely done that. So this day is definitely a success. Um, since today is Tuesday, it's One Thing Tuesday, it's where I recap what happened on the show, the One Thing yesterday. Hope you guys are listening to the One Thing podcast. Unless, guess what? Let's stay off the air, something like that. It may be 2029 before you get in and listen to this. But this is just me working through trying to better myself and bring more value to the marketplace. Just try to step out and do some things. My kids are grown. That pressure's off. It's like this midlife crisis. Is it a crisis? No, it's not a crisis. I think it's an awakening. I think it's awakening. Now we get to go back, rewind the time back when we was teenagers. Experimenting with life, playing with life, trying new things in life. Just trying to just strip away all that garbage that's been piled on me from the last 50 years, right? The thinking and that's all we working in on this inside game with the thinking so we can be better selves and help others. You know what I'm saying? I just lost a close, I don't say he's a close friend, he's a friend of mine, and had a battle with he was overweight and and just battle with, and that drove his high blood pressure. But it stemmed back, man. Him had a long talk because I tried to help, you know, helping him as far as diet and eat right, positive reinforcement, preparing meals, a whole 9 yards. Even, like I said, preparing the meals because maybe that was it, because it was excuses as far as I need to eat something with this medicine. Okay, maybe if we can get off the medicine, how can we get off the medicine? And that'll be to lose weight, right? So how can we lose weight? Why can't we lose weight, right? And to stem back, we walked it all the way back to a time. I said, look, let's just regress real quick. Little quick exercise. Let's go back to a time when you weren't overweight. Do you have it? What's the date? He gave me the date, right? And then he said, okay, now go 1 year, the next year from that date. Was you still in great shape? Yes. 1 year from that date. Oh, nah, I was off then. So between this date and this date, something happened. You don't have to tell me what it is, but that's where you need to go because it was in there. It was an unrealized expectation, some type of offense, something that it wasn't exercising forgiveness. I don't know what it was in there, but it was something at that time that made him upset, sad, whatever you want to call it. A lot of times, that's why on Thursdays we're working on 4 agreements. Don't take anything personally. Being all 4 of the agreements tight too. They tight. They build off one another. Always doing my best, telling myself, "Hey, I'm gonna do my best on this thing." And if it don't turn out the way that I think it turned out, right? Cause here's the deal. Here's the deal. Everything that come through, right? You can't. Nobody can close 100% of the deals. Nobody can be 100% perfect with all the shots. It's always going to be a percentage of misses, a percentage of no's. I got to be impeccable with my word. I got tried today. Oh yeah, I got tried today. Yeah, my boss man called me, right? And there was a situation with a client. The client, wasn't the client, you know, he wanted me to tell the client to do some things, and I just didn't feel comfortable with it. I just didn't feel comfortable. I said, look here, that don't sit well with me. Why don't you go ahead and do that? I had my idea. I wanted to go this direction. You want to go this direction. The client want to go this direction. Y'all do whatever y'all want to do. I've done everything that I could do. So that's why I was on a deal. Does that cost you a deal? It may or may not. But guess what? I don't live or die on one deal, right? It's always gonna be tomorrow. I still got my health. I still got the love of my family. So hey, look, where that deal goes away, the next deal come up. See, but I know he dealing with the same thing. He dealing with the same thing because, and that's what I've been watching. That's why this impeccability with the word. I know, I'm getting on. I'm jumping up. I don't just say that, but I gotta say that. That's why the impeccability with the word. That's why you don't get in and say stuff that you can't back up, or somebody's not gonna support you. That's why you gotta be tight with that word. That word gotta be tight. It's gotta be the truth. It's gotta be your yes is yes, your no is no. You can't straddle the fence because when it come back, that's the only thing that's gonna stand crisp and clean. Did you say that? No. Did you say that? Yes. Did I say it? Yes. I did, right? Did I tell you this right here? No, you never told me that. Great. So we crisp and we clean. That's how we gotta be, baby. I'm getting it, but that take courage, right? That's what we talking about. So the thing he was talking about yesterday, on the one thing, I thought I had my, you lost my train of thought because yesterday it was real good, but it was about this guy. Oh yeah, it was my boy from the Energy Bus. It was my boy from the Energy Bus. He was talking about the one word. He chooses a word at the beginning of the year and he lives that word throughout the whole year, whether that year is growth, whether that year is, delegation. I think that's my word. That's my word for the year. I'm a delegator. I think that's gonna be my word for the year because I feel that's why I need the most cha 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 is in delegation. You think delegation? Because I really like going for no. I really think that's a big deal too, going for that no, right? Delegation, but I can't put go for no in there unless you swap the word for fearless. I can't say fearless because I do experience fear. Courage. Maybe it's courage. Hmm. Maybe this year's courage. I like that. I like that. This year's gonna be courage. Yes, 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 yes. It's gonna be courage. I like courage. That's my word for the rest of the year. I'm gonna put it on the wall up there because I post everything on the wall. Try to post it up there. But he was talking about picking this one word, and then he would paint the word. He would, whether it's with his kids, they would come back every week and talk about how they use that word throughout the week, the challenges of using that word, not being able to use it. Just hey, I didn't exemplify courage in this area. What can I do? What can I do? What can I do? I think one of his words was helping. He was helping his wife. I gotta check that out. Maybe some. Oh yeah, she left the hatch up on there. Maybe I gotta check that out with him helping his wife. He was out on the road. He had to come back in. His wife said, "Look, the kids getting a little. We struggling here at the house. You need to be at the house." And he said something to the fact that, "Hey, look, okay, I'm gonna come off the road. I'm gonna come home because this is my one thing. I'm gonna come home to you and help you do your job." He said that, right? So he said they wrote a book or something about their ups and downs for us. But it didn't go over well. But he had made that pact. He said, "Look, mine is gonna be service. That year's service." He said he made up in his mind anything that his wife needed, asked him to do, he'd just go ahead and do it. He didn't tell her that, but he said that's what he would do. Go ahead and do it. So he said one thing that was real key, right? Real key. And it's in the Bible as well too. But he said, "Hey, look, I'm out there helping and impacting the world, but then my family's struggling. I think, shoot, man, if I gotta start my family first. My family got to be first. They got to be first to hear the message." Now, in the Bible, it's always say now, it said in the Bible, you know, where's a man without honors where's a prophet without honors in his own household? Because they know him so well, so sometimes they don't take what he says as, because they hear it all the time, right? It's that word of familiarity. You familiar with it, so sometimes you take it for granted, like the nose on your face. How often do you wake up in the morning and thank the Lord that you got 10 fingers, that you got clothes to put on? That gratitude of everything that you got. Or do you look at, I call it Garden of Eden mentality, you look at the one tree that you can't eat from. You concentrating on what you can't or what you ain't got, and not looking at all the billions of trees, millions of trees you can eat from, of everything that you do have resources for, just stacked up, piled around. You're not even using it. You're not even using it. So that's what I was thinking, right? And so that's what and it said in the Bible too that you gotta a man gotta be master of his own household. Master of his own household means taking care of everybody's on point. I just got through talking with my kids. We just talking about the vaccine and the virus and stuff like that, and just listening to them and talking and keeping healthy conversation going on, because I want to know what's going on in mine. Because just like my friend that just passed away, got isolated. I mean, got unrealized expectations can be devastating if you put all your eggs. You think all your eggs in one basket. You got this dream, you don't know how to live the dream because you don't have the discipline. Hadn't been doing discipline because you know, maybe you've been listening to the wrong stuff. Sometimes you be listening to the wrong stuff, the wrong people, trying to zone out. And yes, it's fun, it's happy and all that stuff, but really it's straight garbage, right? It's straight garbage because they hadn't written their plans out, and it's just somewhere to just hang around. It's like I just got through eating a piece. Um, I made a cake, and I just got through eating like 2 slices, 3 slices of cake right there. And man, it ain't the best cake, man. So I'm probably gonna end up chunking it, right? Cause I could do that. I know I made it, cause sometimes you feel obligated to keep on eating it just because you made it. But in the grand scheme of things, $5. You put it like that, man, I shouldn't jeopardize myself for $5. 99 cents. Me and my wife was talking about a lady, they was talking about on Judge Judy, that she had purchased a boat, and then she went back and gave the guy $6,000 cash for a motor. Then she put $3,000 of this and that. She said, why you put all this money into this boat, $15,000, when you could have bought one already furnished for 8? Why would you do that? I know why, because we've been there. I've been there with a timeshare. Me and my wife looked at you, oh yeah, we've been there. Because you made the purchase, right? But it's just like in the law of, I don't forget what my boy Cialdini said. I think his name is Cialdini. He said we have to justify the purchase. And what's the best way to justify the purchase is spend even more money on the purchase or try to indoctrinate others into the same purchase. Misery loves company. We always try to include, so we have to justify, but it can be used to your detriment. And that's why I like listening to stuff like this, so I can recognize those cues, recognize what the brain doing, recognize the programs. Got a wasp in here. Alright. I need me a fly spray. Got me some spray down here, son. Let me see. Supposed to have a can of spray in here. Let me find this beat.